We begin tonight with the potentially dangerous weather stretching from the deep south to the northeast. As many as 60 million of you could be in for some severe conditions. The system has already brought large and damaging hail to southern Wisconsin and heavy rain to parts of Arkansas. Meteorologist Andrew Kozak is keeping an eye on all of it for us tonight. Andrew.
Jerika, good evening. Once again, a very busy weather weekend shaping up. You know, we had some snow in the Rockies. That system has now made itself a little further south and to the east. This is severe weather tonight. The possibility there in yellow, slight, enhanced in orange. And we are really concerned about the storms getting themselves together and moving across Texas and Oklahoma overnight tonight. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Please make sure that your phone devices are charged so you can get the warnings if they happen while you sleep. We reset a little bit Sunday morning, and then by Easter afternoon, it's Missouri, Arkansas, Illinois, and Indiana under the gun for severe weather.
Yeah, Walmart doesn't like people to park RVs or semi-trucks.
Oh, it was storming. Mm-hmm. It was storming. We had to stop with a storm.
Yeah, I'm just letting y'all know they don't like.
Did you get a call here?
No.
So why would you be in a private property?
No, so I do extra patrol through here.
Oh, so you're detail?
No.
You're gonna pay by tax dollars?
Look, listen.
All right, E-Cage. What's your badge number, bud?
Just listen. I'm Officer Cage.
Yep.
I'm Officer Cage with Longview Police Department.
And you are 657.
657. I'm letting y'all know.
Yeah.
That Walmart doesn't like people to park here.
Cool.
They have a company that's contracted out through them. They will send them out here, and they will boot trucks and RVs.
Sure.
That's what I'm just letting y'all know.
I
realized y'all plate was out of town.
Yeah, we're headed home.
Yeah, I didn't want y'all to get booted.
But a storm hit.
Yeah, I just didn't want y'all to get booted, and then they had $500 fine.
Oh, I mean, that's a civil situation, right?
Yeah, it'd be a civil for y'all. I'm just trying to help y'all out.
I got a concrete saw cut right through that boot.
Yeah.
Civil situation.
Hey, I'm just trying
to.
So
all we're worried about is law enforcement is enforcing laws.
We do not deal with that part.
Civil situation. So then that's okay. They try to boot my vehicle, I will cut that bitch off with my fucking concrete saw.
And then you have to deal with them.
They can sue me all they want.
I'm just letting you know, because I've seen it twice happen.
They put it on my shit, I'm gonna cut it right off, bud.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just letting you know that I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
So let me stop here and let me speak.
No, I appreciate you. What we don't enjoy in America is when we're traveling around the country, we need to get back and forth to home, and then we stop wherever we can stop. If it storms, you stop. I mean, if it's not storming, there were the storms. We were in Louisiana. They said there's a storm coming tonight through Texas, through Louisiana. To tell you the truth, we ain't seen the storm that they keep talking about.
It probably won't hit this way today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that's why we stopped.
I was watching the radar and it looked like it was coming straight through. That's why we stopped.
So let me explain why I'm a little nosy. My name is Andrew. I'm a data analyst. I work with what's called audit archives, and what we study is the phenomenon of taxpayers paying for private security.
Yeah.
So what happens is, we also do homeless audits, but one of the main things we do, and that's about sign holding audits and things like that, panhandling laws. We're always challenging those in courts and things like that. But one thing that we've been paying attention to for years now is Walmart is a private business. They make a lot of money.
Yeah.
So they can afford their own security.
Yeah.
So at my house, we have 56 acres, right? We want to have security too. But we have people come over. We have big events and stuff. We want to have security too. But if I call the sheriff's office, they're going to tell me one or two, or the police department, they're going to tell me one or two things: pay for a detail, or it's your job to do security.
Yeah.
But I've been watching this lot today, and I've seen that y'all patrol it regularly. Not all day long, not just come in and out. That lady was here all day. For hours, bro. And so I set up the deer cams over here in the public area, and I just studied it. I studied what's going on here.
Okay.
It worries me because the cost of policing is pretty high, unless y'all are really worried about law, right? So we want robbers and killers and rapists and bad guys.
Yeah.
We want y'all out there. I don't want to have to deal with a bad guy. I want to call you.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you for that. But what I never have appreciated are cops that do, and if you're stopping by for a goodwill call, like a service, I appreciate it. But does Walmart, why would you want to?
What do you mean?
Like these tow truck companies, right?
Oh, so
they can't they can't put nothing on my vehicle. That's a crime.
So they have signs posted.
They can't touch my vehicle. That's crime.
So wait. Just let me explain. From what I've been here and seen a couple of times that I have been out here, they have signs posted at every exit.
Did they put something on your vehicle?
Yes. One that says for cutters, one that says from Walmart, and one that they contracted people out. So it's 3 signs at each exit.
So in the state of Texas, you have a law that says that they can touch my vehicle.
Wait. Let me explain. Like I said, so this is Walmart. This is their parking lot.
Yeah. Walmart can do whatever they want.
Yeah, so
civilly.
That's why they have.
But they sure shit can't touch my vehicle. Just like I can't go lock a door.
Listen to me, sir. I'm trying to explain this to you, okay? I'm trying to explain from what I have learned from being out here a couple of times and what I have saw, what I have dealt with, okay?
Right.
The trucks, like this truck right here.
Sure.
I don't know if it has like these 2 trucks right here. I don't know if they're either delivering to Walmart.
Right. Or they're trying passing through, Yeah,
passing through.
Yeah.
So later on tonight, if these trucks are not delivering here or just passing through, a lady in I think it's called Citywide.
Yeah.
They're contracted through Walmart. They
Who
would
is
come
Citywide? That's the towing company.
Yeah, no, this is actually they come out here and boot. They'll boot these trucks. They try to wake the driver.
They're called Citywide?
Yes, sir. They try to wake the drivers up first. Say, hey, y'all need to move. Walmart don't want y'all to park here overnight.
But if they don't wake up,
if they don't want to wake up, they'll boot it. Then they're like, hey, now you got to pay $500.
But they're not towing. They're not recovery agents.
If they don't pay or don't move, they tow it after that.
So, pardon me. Pardon me if I sound. You're TCO certified, bro. So I'm very. So let me follow me here, because you seem really reasonable. All right. If I were to take my chain in my lock and I walk up to Walmart's doors and I put my chain in my lock on Walmart's doors, do I go to jail for that?
So that'd be different.
Why would it be different?
Because that's messing with the business, and this is their business.
This is my business.
This is your business also. I understand. That's their business.
So why
they don't want your business on their
They wanted my business on when I was spending money. They wanted it.
But overnight, they don't want nobody parking here.
They don't have no signs to say that.
They actually do. They have multiple signs.
Do they?
Yes, sir.
Let me see. I'm checking it out.
You want to walk through?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm a good guy. I'm really nosy, man. Like I feel like there's a lot of shit going on in America that ain't a constitutional thing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
So the closest one would be that sign right there.
Let's see what we got here.
And then there's multiple signs down there.
Let's see what the sign says real quick. It's gonna say no truck parking, maybe?
It's gonna say no truck. No
that says pickup.
What was that?
That just says pickup.
Oh no, not this one. It's right over here.
On the interior?
Yeah, there's one right there, and then there's some down this way.
On the exterior, like within the.
So when you're coming in,
yeah,
you will see it.
I didn't see that.
And
I'm gonna go check it out.
Okay, and then there's some down there.
Let me see what this says, because this is actually the exterior of this parcel right here, and this parcel is not Walmart, by the way.
No, they have it's on the
right.
side of Walmart.
I gotta see it because it's Citywide. Sounds like it's a private business. It don't sound like it's government.
Yeah, that's why I said it's contracted through Walmart.
Right. So if they touch my vehicle,
that's something you have to do.
Yeah, they gonna find out what stand your ground means.
I'm just here to.
This is a mutual combat state. They better watch it. Here in Washington, they need to watch it, right? we allowed to have mutual combat around here.
See, this is one of them.
Towing and booting enforced. No overnight parking. And so this Citywide parking enforcement, we got to figure out who that company is and where they get their legislative authority, because that doesn't sound right at all. It sounds completely against the Constitution.
Like there's one here.
Yeah.
There's some in the front when you come in. There's at every entrance there's signs.
Check this out, guys.
And others.
So this is in Longview. We're in Longview, right?
Yes, sir.
We're in Longview, Texas. It's right across that's not too far across the Louisiana border. And what they've got here is apparently there's a company called Citywide Parking Enforcement, 1-888-575-4395. I'd like to get everything on that company, because this officer, very nice officer, by the way, Officer Cage, awesome officer, gave me some information I had never heard of, that this private business puts boots on people's vehicles, which, I mean, as y'all probably know, since the railroad times, they can't do anything like that. They can't seize any of your property unless they have a government order from a judge. Unless they're using like asset forfeiture, they have no right to touch your property. So let's find out what's going on with this, guys, and let's make sure this doesn't continue to happen. All right, y'all. All right, no, I mean, look, it's our job to find out what's going on and make sure it's all legitimate. You got to admit that from an educated standpoint, I mean, obviously laymen will follow any kind of rules they've been told. Laymen will just, they're drones. But from an educated constitutional standpoint, you can't fucking touch my property, man. You can't touch it. If I would have touched your property, what would happen? Yeah. Exactly. Texas, man. You can't touch.
I don't like it. I think it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But hey, their parking lot, their stuff.
It's mutual combat state though.
It is.
So that means if they touch my property, then I can challenge them to a fight.
With the mutual combat, they have to agree to the fight.
Right.
But if they don't, then they just turn.
They turn the fuck around and walk away. So they can turn around and walk away.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Texas, I love Texas. Texas is a constitutional state. I don't think Louisiana is so much, but Texas is. And I'm a constitutional rights activist, yeah. So I enjoy Texas. Plus we have a lot of auditors here, so it helps us a lot.
So that's why when I see people like Wild State Place,
you're more. Yeah, I appreciate you.
Let them know, like, hey, you might want to park at the racetrack, which is up the road a little bit, or go to Texas Best, which is on Eastman Parkway.
Bass Pro?
No, Texas Best.
Texas Best.
Yes, it's a gas station.
Oh, okay. But they have enough parking for me. You can fit a truck in it.
Yes, sir.
Dude, Cage, you're professional as hell, man.
I tried.
It's Texas, man.
Racetrack. This is just.
I've noticed T-Cole trained y'all good, dude. Like FDLE, T-Cole, and there's another one state that we had. I was like, man, I was really impressed by. What state was that in? Michigan. Texas, Michigan, and Florida have some of the best trained officers. Now, some of them, they make legislation, right, that sometimes is unconstitutional. It doesn't mean the officers aren't supposed to enforce it because, you know, you're working on qualified immunity because I think I'm supposed to be doing this. So they, you know, so I always tell them, like, look, if somebody writes something down that's unconstitutional, you don't have to go to jail for it. You just get an injunction against it because it's unconstitutional, and then you get lost wages if it's for like something, if you're losing money doing it. Because, like, you know, with all this, with the auditing and stuff, a lot of the auditors, they want to fight these civil rights battles. I'm like, you guys are silly, man. Like, you have a right to record. So if somebody stops you and you're making $100,000 a year or more on YouTube, and they tell you can't do something you can legally, rightfully do, you just sue them for lost wages. You don't have to, like, play around with, like, civil rights and all like that. You told me as a law enforcement officer I can't do something I can constitutionally do. I'm just going to get an injunction against the ordinance, and I'm going to sue for lost wages. But a lot of these auditors, they're not doing the system right. But with y'all in Texas, what I've noticed is there's a lot of interactions with a lot of auditors, but y'all typically prevail in the end because you're typically following the Constitution. Now, San Antonio, it's a little different. It's a different beast, bro. It's a different beast. Cage, man, you stay frosty out there, and I really appreciate you not being like a butthead or nothing like that, man. And you know, just tell us what it is, man.
Yeah, I just want to give y'all, let y'all know, hey, what happens here. And
yeah, I didn't know that, so it's pretty important to know. I don't think it's right, but it doesn't sound like you do either. But
it's a Walmart.
I got you, Cage, man.
If you want to look at more signs, like I said, they're at every entrance when you're coming in. Going out, you won't see them, but coming in.
Oh, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna do a survey check on all the different signs because, like, I haven't really read Texas's towing and impound law, but like in Florida, they have to have certain visibility standards on reflectors. They have to be within a certain amount of space from the entrance of every entrance. They have to be within so many feet of each other. Yeah. So there's a whole standard of how towing works. And what we've noticed is a lot of towing companies don't follow the law themselves. We've caught them just like taking signs out of their truck and just posting them, and then coming in like right then. They didn't have a contract for the plates.
So I know for Citywide, when they come out, they have to check to make sure all their signs are still up.
You just know what it's supposed to do because you're law enforcement, so you're like, this is what we're supposed to do.
And they didn't call me out here twice for booting 2 vehicles.
Yeah.
The driver thought it was like a scam or anything.
Oh, they did check.
Yeah, they checked.
When you actually did the investigation, you knew they checked.
Yeah, I had to come out here and check. I had to walk through them and check all of them. Okay.
And you know, and so in Texas does have legislation allows them boot or something like that? Are they working on? You don't know for sure?
Yeah, I'm not for sure.
It's civil, yeah.
Here, that's what they like to do.
That's what they like to do.
Their company works with Arkansas and somewhere else.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they explained to me for a little bit. I was like, I don't like it, but...
How long you been on the force, man?
A couple of years now.
You got the green, is that training?
No, patrol.
That's patrol colors. So you got a couple years now in? Didn't you, now have they, when the inflation started to go up, did they start giving y'all like a little bit of, they call that living adjustments when they adjust the salaries as, they didn't get you like that, they didn't. Some of the places did, some didn't. No. We advocate for that. Like, you know, I truly believe that having quality law enforcement requires having quality people. If you get quality people, you get quality law enforcement. People who say the job is hard, I have to make these impulsive decisions in the heat of the moment. I'm like, yeah, but with a lot of training too. Like, you're right, they are impulsive decisions, but we're trying to certify you through paying for the training, paying for this, and like the taxpayers like, hey, let's get some good law enforcement.
Even though the cost of living went up,
they didn't hook you up.
The cost of paying people, that's...
Society didn't. I figured they might for you though. No.
It takes a while.
Yeah. So actually your government's slower than the rest of people. All right, Cage, man.
Electric bikes?
Yeah, this one gets about 28 miles an hour. I've gone 32 miles on one charge. It takes about 3.5, 4 hours to charge up. Really good for anything local. And I paid off a Facebook marketplace, $650.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the regular retail for it?
They're probably, if you want to buy a brand new,
around 15, I think.
for the good ones. This is a mid-grade.
1,500?
Yeah, 1,000 for this model.
Okay.
The $1,500 one, it'll go 170 miles on one charge. It'll go 45 miles an hour. It's got this rack on the back where it has two kids can sit in it, or like that. It's got 2 batteries right here. So this battery, gotta fold it to get to it. The ones in the $1,500 model, they're right here. You can just take them out and replace them, buy extra batteries. That's the one to get, man. It's the electric, and it's called the Expedition.
You're not worried about this key falling out?
No, it don't fall out. It's in there pretty good.
Oh,
You have to turn it off, pull it out.
Oh, okay.
And that just shuts the battery down. So basically it's just 2 locks, one for the lock itself, and then if this key's out of that, you can't turn it on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty safe. Yeah, and then if you're ever sitting somewhere that you got something to lock it up to, you take this lock and you run it through the tire around here, and it won't move anyway. They'd have to carry it.
Okay.
So. All right, Case, man.
Hey, it was nice meeting y'all.
Oh yeah, I'm Andrew, by the way, again.
All right.
And more than pleasure meeting great cops, man. Like I love great cops. I love to see cops that are doing their jobs right, man. I really do. We had a problem in Florida. We had a tow truck company. I told you all about that, yeah. So I get you. Florida's trip.
Yeah, I don't live there.
Florida's trip, man. My dad lives there, so we had to go back. He's getting older now. We had to go back and forth, and so yeah, I deal with Florida, but I'm from Arizona. We like freedom. Arizona and Texas are very much alike.
Yeah. Somewhat.
In some ways. All right, Cage.
Hey,
You too, bud. Blessings.
Alright, y'all, so in Texas, the signs that need to be posted for a towing company to tow a vehicle from a private parking lot are in subchapter G of the section 2308.301, and it goes on, and Texas has got a bunch of them. And it's important to know these because most tow companies do not follow the law and are not legally towing. But I have not gone and checked this Walmart parking lot yet. I wanted to make sure I knew exactly what their laws were before I went and checked. So let's look at it together. So the sign must be facing and conspicuously visible to the driver of a vehicle that enters the facility. So obviously the sign that the officer Cage so professionally presented to me was not facing the entrance at all to the property. It was actually in the interior of the property and facing the Walmart's building. So it would not be in line with that first rule. And now, number 2, located on the right or left side of each driveway or curb cut through which a vehicle can enter the facility, including an entry from an alley abutting the facility or at intervals along the entrance so that no entrance is further than 25 feet from a sign if Curbs, access barriers, landscaping, or driveways do not establish definite vehicle entrance onto the property, a parking facility, from a public roadway other than an alley. And the width of the entrance exceeds 35 feet. So basically, if you have a long area, two parcels that share the same big lot, you still have to show that you're leaving one parcel entering another if there's towing from that other property. And this is very similar to what we saw in Tarpon Springs, Florida, with the A1 towing and recovery issues. If you look back on the videos and see the A1 recovery videos from it's been a couple years ago. It's got to be permanently mounted on a pole, post, permanent wall, or permanent barrier. Installed on the parking facility and installed so that the bottom edge of the side is no lower than 5 feet and no higher than 8 feet above ground level. Except as provided by 2308.305, an unauthorized vehicle may be towed under section 2308.252 or booted under section 2308.257 only if each sign prohibiting unauthorized vehicles is 1. Made of weather-resistant material, 2. Is at least 18 inches wide and 24 inches tall, 3. Contains the international symbol for towing vehicles, 4. Contains a statement describing who may park in the parking facility, who may park, this is important, not just who can't park, not just saying unauthorized vehicles, but who is authorized, and prohibiting all others. Bears the words, as applicable, unauthorized vehicles will be towed or booted at owner's or operator's expense. B. Unauthorized vehicles will be towed at owner's or operator's expense. Or C. Unauthorized vehicles will be towed at owner's or operator's expense. Contains a statement of the days and hours of towing and booting enforcement, and contains a number, including the area code of the telephone that is answered 24 hours a day to enable an owner or operator of a vehicle to locate a towed vehicle or to arrange for the removal of a boot from a vehicle. And that, let's go and see. Now, let's look at the lettering and height requirements in the layout, because we've seen that was wrong in Florida as well with Joe, the guy who started his own towing business. Used to work for A1. So this says, except as provided, blah, blah, the layout lettering as B, a bright red international towing symbol, which is solid silhouette of a tow truck towing a tow vehicle on a generally rectangular white background. At least 4 inches in height, must be on the uppermost portion of the sign or on a separate sign placed immediately above the sign. The portion of the sign immediately below the international towing symbol must, in lettering at least 2 inches in height, containing the words, as applicable, towing and booting enforced, towing enforced or booting enforced, and consists of white letters on a bright red background. White letters on a bright red background. Except as provided by subsection, theirs had red letters, I thought. I'll go check it again. Except as provided by subsection A-E, the next lower portion of the sign must contain the remaining information required by section 2308, 301B, displayed in bright red letters. Okay, those are red letters. At least 1 inch in height and on a white background. The bottommost portion of the sign must contain the telephone numbers required by section 2308, 301, and lettering at least 1 inch in height, and may, if the facility owner chooses or if an applicable municipal ordinance requires, include the name and address of the storage facility to which the unauthorized vehicle will be removed. The lettering on this portion of the sign must. Okay, and so for the Longview, Texas Walmart, this is the main road. I don't know what road it is. All right, and the entrance pulls in right here. This is the entrance, and that's an exit over there. So the sign said the sign has to be no more than 25 feet from the entrance. So here's the entrance. You're pulling in. And here is your sign. It says towing enforced in white letters. Let's see how big they are. This says cutter towing. This has nothing to do with Citywide. But let's see. We've got 2-inch letters on the white. On the red letters, we have 1-inch letters. All right. We have on the emblem, we have 3 inches by 6 inches. On the cutter towing with a phone number, we have 1-inch letters in white on a red background. So we have, this actually looks properly done. And let's see, it's no more than 5, or at least 5 feet from the ground, and no more than 8. Let's see about that one. That they might not get that. So we've got it's a little windy today. We've got, oh, a little windy. All right. Holding the phone while I'm doing this is really difficult, but I'm going to. Let's see, we've got 54 inches, which is, let me see, that is 4 foot 6 inches. It is not 5 foot from the ground. It is 4 foot 6 inches from the ground, so not 5 feet. So this sign is in violation of the 5 foot from the ground portion. At the very least, I'll go over the rest of my notes. I'll tell you, in Florida, this area where it says towing enforced, this area has to be in reflective letterings. I have not checked the when I checked the lettering, it didn't look like that Texas requires that, but they definitely require some other things, such as it being at least 5 feet from the ground. So there you go. That's when we know right off bat. Now, when we're not talking about cutter, you walk in, which this is going to be way more than 25 feet, but there's another sign. So when you walk in, you walk up to this pole up here, which is next to this other area, gated off, I guess. It's not the same parcel. And on this pole, you're going to see no overnight parking. Okay, so this one, remember how I said it can't be anywhere over 8 foot from the ground? I believe this one we're going to find is over 8 foot from the ground. So it had to be at least 5 foot, no more than 8 foot. So we're going from the ground here. No, it's going to be over 8 foot, because right there, that's 7 foot. So that's 7 foot. And that doesn't, the bottom of it is, wow, it's 7.5 feet. So I think that goes by the bottom. It's not over 8 foot, it's 7.5 from the bottom. And it's fixed to a pole. That's nice. The other one was just on a K-stake like this one, the T-stake. So let's see. Is this one at least 5 foot, the bottom of the sign? This is also your Citywide. So cutter, the sign right there seems to be completely legitimate. Let's see about this Citywide. It said it has to be in weather resistant material. This is corrugated plastic. As you can see, it's already folded, which makes it hard to read. Secondly, we're gonna say, now look at this, we're gonna say, all right, hold on. This emblem is gonna be 4 inches by like 9 inches. Hold on, 4 inches by 9 inches. All right, and that's the symbol. Then you've got these letters down here that tell you where your vehicle is. Are supposed to be 1 inch. They are not. There's a 1/2 inch. The to located vehicle that has been booted, those are a 1/2 inch. And the Citywide parking enforcement is also at a 1/2 inch. Those are at a 1/2 inch. Well, let's see from the ground. Is that at least 5 foot from the ground? Let's see from the bottom of the sign. The answer to that is going to be a resounding no. We're at 33 inches. That's no. And over 25 feet from the entrance. So there's that one, Citywide. You walk on in here. Walk on in here, and You see the one the cop showed me. Now remember, the signs all have to be on a post, a pole, affixed to a pole, a post. That's what the law says. Not affixed to a fence, but a pole or post. You go over to this one in here, and you'll see. This is a whole different property anyway, and the Walmart's over here. But I had to GIS that to make sure that the owner of this is not also leasing it to Walmart. And so, but let's look at this other Citywide, because we're talking about Citywide here, not Walmart. Citywide, who boots cars. This sign, bottom of it has to be over 5 foot from the ground. And we are at 31.5 inches. 31.5 inches. So that's also not appropriately done. It's on a pole. I thought it was on the fence. It's on a pole. The letters are 1/2 inch. The white letters on the bottom say the located vehicle has been booted. 1/2 inch. The red letter 1 inch. No after hours parking. Says no parking zones unattended. Blocking drive or dumpster. Unauthorized, abandoned, inoperable, on jack, blocks, weight limit 1 ton, booting and foot force at all times 24/7. So it's telling you that can't be here are no parking zones, unattended blocking, drive, or dumpster. So you're blocking the driveway or dumpster. Unauthorized, that doesn't describe much anything. Everybody's authorized in a public parking lot where Walmart's at. It's implied access. Abandoned, inoperable, on jacks or blocks. Weight limit is 1 ton. Booting enforced at all times, 24/7 a day. Unauthorized vehicles will be booted to the owner's expense without warning. Well, that doesn't sound right either. And remember, the vehicles have to be abandoned or unattended, according to the Texas law as well. So, another thing is at every entrance. So let me check my scooter, or let me grab a skateboard or a scooter, and let's check the rest of the entrances out to see if Citywide at least got that part of the law correct. Okay, so now we're on the side entrance of the Walmart. This is on the grocery side in Longview, Texas. And there's a road here that's entering into Walmart. And this one is the towing sign. Let's look at this one we got here. So this one I can already see some errors that do not follow Texas law. First off, we're gonna start here. Where is the sign, the phone number for the company that is responsible for towing here? Where would someone find their car or call if they were booted from this sign? It's supposed to be right here by law, but it is not. Now let's look at some sizing here. There's supposed to be, so this lettering right here should be 1 inch, or I think it's 2 inches on this, 1 inch right here. And red background, white lettering, that's correct. White background, red lettering, that's correct. White background, red emblem, that is correct. So, are we at the no overnight parking in white letters is at 1.5 inch. 1.5 inches. Not 2 inches. I've double checked that, but I believe that's supposed to be 2 inches. 1.5 inches. The icon is 9 inches by about 5 inches. So that is legitimate. 9 inches by 5 inches. Down here, these are at 1 inch. That's legitimate. I think this should be 2 inches. That's only 1.5. And there is no number to the towing company on this sign whatsoever. Is it over 5 feet off the ground and under 8 feet? Let's see. We've got, I believe this one might be the right height off the ground finally. No, it is not. 5 feet is right here. Got close. Real close. That's 4'11". So that's better than the other two, but still not 5 foot, over 5 foot under 8. But it is closer than the other two. And someone might argue that, you know, freestyle, what part of the ground you're at, you know, you might be able to say that's 5 foot. So this is the closest sign to following the towing laws, except for an important one, which is that their name and their company is not on the bottom as required by law. Same entrance. That was the sign we just left right there. The next sign up is over 25 feet from the entrance, which is down there. This is over 25 feet away. Let's see how many things they got wrong on this sign. Is it 5 foot from the ground? I can tell you right now it's not. But we'll just verify exactly how far it is from the ground. Is that considered a pole or permanently affixed? I don't know. It's a T-stake. It is 31 inches from the ground to the bottom of the sign. 31 inches. How about no overnight parking? I believe it's supposed to be in white lettering on black and red background like these, but I'll double check that. Let's just look at this. Are these 2 inches? Yes, they are. Are these 1 inch? Yes, they are. 2 inches, 1 inch. These are 1 inch, 1 inch. This does say that what things are unauthorized. What it does not say is what is authorized, which is how the law is written. It needs to tell you who is allowed to park here, because it's a parking lot to Walmart. Most people would assume they could park here. Then you locate a vehicle has been booted or towed. You've got the phone number in white letters on a red background, and it is a 1/2 inch size. They're a 1/2 inch font on this sign. Now there's another sign up here. Let's look at this other sign, because yet a third one. There's always another one. I'll just move this. Come on, follow me, bud. Have my skateboard follow me here. Or have the skateboard. I shouldn't say it's mine, because it's more Israel's than anybody. But we share everything in our tribe. This is the Cutter Towing. This is another company. So this one is Cutter Towing. And we've seen their signs on the other entrance as well. And they seem to be better than Citywide at following the laws. But let's find out how good they are here. I'd say this is a permanent pole and not a T-stake at least. We'll start there. That's better. This one is not 5 foot. We're at 56¼ inches to the bottom of the sign. Not 5 foot. Damn, Cutter. You could have showed that you had some kind of sense. White letters on red background at 1 inch. That's good. 1 inch. I believe that is a law. 1 inch. This lighting here should be, I think it's 1 inch as well. So, yes, we're at 1 inch. It's supposed to say, here you go, patron parking only. That's the law. This one actually followed that part of the law and said patron parking only. All other vehicles prohibited. We have receipts from Walmart, so we're patrons, but this is telling you who is allowed to park here. And then you have the towing enforcement in white letters on red background at 2 inches. Now the symbol above, they are doing pretty darn good on the layout here. We've got over 6 inches by 3 inches on the emblem, on the icon. But it is under 5 feet off the ground, and it's not 5 feet off the ground, which is the minimum. But it is under 8 foot because it's not even up to 5 feet. But as you can see, there's plenty of pole to raise it up above 5 feet. They just didn't do it because why measure, you know? Who's checking other than us? And we're here at another entrance. This is the one closest to the store on the side road. There's a bus stop there. Longview, Texas, Walmart. And we have this sign here that is over 25 foot. That's about 25 foot, but it's still over 20. It's over 25 foot. It's probably more like 35 foot from the entrance. All right, and then on top of that, since this is a Citywide sign, there's a really good chance that they got everything else wrong too. First off, you're not seeing anything that says who can park in this lot, like the patrons, but which is a law in Texas that has to say, well, who can park, not who can't. This only states who can't. And let's see, is it 5 foot from the ground? I'm sure it's not. We're at 34½ inches on a good day. 34½ inches to the bottom of the sign. This lettering at the very bottom, where it says to locate vehicle has been booted, has to be 1 inch. It is not, it is a 1/2 inch. And the phone number is a 1/2 inch. No after hours parking, that's the restriction. It should be 1 inch. It is. And these are 1 inch. This should be 2 inches here. Where it says towing and booting enforced, it is 2 inches. And this is 3.5, before 4 inches by 9 inches. That's good too. Not 5 foot off the ground. Not within 25 foot of entrance. I mean, this is the best one I've seen from the entrance. It is sort of blocked, as you can see, when you're driving in. Here is nothing on that side of the road when you're coming out, but when you're driving in, you can see it. But you see how well you can see this sign? You can't see this one that well. And the reason you can't see it because it's not following the law on the size of the letters. It's not following the law on the type of language used. The layout law is not being followed here. And here we are, same entrance to Walmart, Longview, Texas. Traveling off the side street. This is a pharmacy drive-through here. And another sign. This one's the Cutter sign. This is Cutter towing. And so far, Cutter has been doing a lot better at the layouts. As you see, it says patron parking only, which is telling you who can park here. Then all other vehicles are prohibited. Unauthorized vehicles will be towed at owners or operators' expense at all times of the day. So patrons, people with receipts, are permitted to park here. And no one else. Is it over 5 foot off the ground? Let's see. So far, that has been Cutter's big problem, is keeping this stuff 5 foot off the ground. Let's see, we are at 56 inches. So again, we are short about, what, 4 inches here? Short 4 inches. 60 inches is up here where it says we got 57.5 inches to the bottom of the sign. This is one of the Cutter towing signs. The one above it has absolutely no name of any person. It also doesn't say who is allowed. It says, it doesn't say who is allowed at all. It just says who's not allowed. This is the closest sign to the layout that's legal. It's still not 5 feet above the ground. And then you have over there the Citywide towing, which is not 5 feet off the ground at all. And also doesn't say who is allowed to be here. And these fonts are only 1/2 inch. They should be 1 inch. And this one is, oh my goodness, this one's really close to the ground. This one is 29.5 inches off the ground to the bottom of the sign. Not a single sign in this parking lot is legal. And finally, the last entrance to Walmart, another sign that has no writing of the company here whatsoever. This is the other entrance entering into the Longview, Texas Walmart by the Outdoor Center, across from the Cato Fashions on this other side road, the other entrance. We have another sign over here, same as before, and every other entrance. This is the one from Citywide. It's going to be about 32 inches, 33 inches tall. I'm not going to spend too much time here because my phone is going dead. It is 33 inches from the ground, which is under, it's supposed to be at least 5 inches. You can see here it's folding up. It's not weather resistant. You can't see it. You can't read it well coming in. There is also nothing that says who is permitted to be here and who is not. And this font down here is only 1/2 inch, not a 1 inch, where it says where the name of the agency. So this is completely also against Texas law. This.
All right, so y'all with Citywide, right?
Yeah, what's up?
Hi, how you doing? My name's Andrew. What's your name?
Are you recording me?
You're recording me, aren't you?
No.
I got a Cam Pro too.
Get away from me. That's
Why would I do that?
You need to get away from
Why
me.
would I do that?
Somebody just approached me in this parking lot. Can you get him away from me?
I mean, I was gonna ask you some questions. Why would I have to get away with you?
I'm not the one to ask.
Hey, you're not the one to ask. So why would you boot something if your signs aren't 5 foot off the ground? Who? What?
And you really need to get out of this.
You lost your motherfucking mind talking to me, stupid. What's your name?
I'll boot your truck.
You've lost your
You ain't
mind.
booting a motherfucking
Wanna
thing.
fucking bet?
I bet mine's occupied and your signs ain't legal. It's a criminal offense what
Call
you're
the
doing.
cops then.
I
Call the
already
police.
did.
Call them out here, 'cause I'd like to hear what they
already.
say.
Officer
Call them out
Cage is
here
on duty
and
right now.
call them
Officer
out
Cage
here.
is on duty right
Call
now.
them out here.
Officer Cage is on duty
Call
right
the
now.
cop out here then.
Hey, get a camera live, Michelle.
Call
live.
the police.
Live.
Call the cops.
And call the cops then if you want to. You want to do that? Let's do it. Let's do it. No, you ain't. This is a fucking mutual fucking combat state.
Bet me. You blowing up on me?
What?
Gerald!
What?
Gerald, this motherfucker's bumping me.
Get off my fucking car.
You just fucked up now, buddy. You just fucked up now.
You better get off my shit.
You just fucked up.
You better get off my shit. Put this on live. Hey, Israel, come help. Get off my shit. Get out of shit. Get out of my shit. Get out of my shit. Get away. Get away from my shit. Get away from my shit. You better put your sign 5 foot above the ground. That's what you better do. You better put your sign 5 foot above the ground. That's what you better do.
Call the cops.
Call them.
Bro, what the hell's wrong?
Call them.
This man just got in our face and
Yeah, you're breaking the law.
then call the police if you have an
That's
issue.
what she's doing right now. Why is she not live?
That's fine.
Get out of here.
We're going to call the cops
Be
and get
live.
it taken care of.
His deal.
Because you're breaking the law. You're breaking the law. That's my deal. Cameras. Cameras. Blake. Camera keys. Keys. Camera. Camera keys.
Was you booting him?
You ain't doing a motherfucking thing to me. I bet you motherfucking don't.
I bet you
I bet you I motherfucker. I bet you it's a mutual combat state. If you want to combat, we combat.
Who are you talking to?
It's a mutual combat state.
Who are you
You want to
talking
combat? You want to combat?
Go do your trucks. I'm supposed to put you in jail.
I bet you ain't.
I bet you are.
I bet you ain't.
You just touched him.
I didn't touch nobody. She touched me on camera. On fucking camera. On camera,
Get
bud.
your truck and get out
On
of here.
camera. We will leave, but you're violating the law.
Get out of here.
The fuck is your name, piece of shit? Fuck is your name?
Keep on.
It's mutual combat. You want to get down? You want to get down, bud?
Keep on.
You want to get down?
Get in my face
Let's
one
get
more
down.
time.
Mutual combat, bro. I'm always saying I'm willing. I'm willing. Matter of fact, Otis, I'm willing. Are you
That's
willing?
good. That's
Are
good.
you
I'm
willing?
supposed to put you in
Are you
jail.
willing?
I'm supposed to put you
Are
in
you
jail.
willing?
I'm supposed to put you in jail.
It's mutual combat. You're breaking the law and I'm not.
What am I breaking the law doing?
Signs have to be 5 foot above the ground.
My signs
Five,
are legal, you
5
idiot.
foot above the ground,
You
bud.
idiot.
5 foot above the
My
ground.
signs are legal, you
5
idiot.
foot above the ground. Michelle, close the door, get the keys, and come on. Blade, you get the Israel. You take those cameras. Blade, you put the fucking cords
Y'all
up.
do.
You put the cords up. No, I didn't. You ran right into me on camera. On camera. You and grabbed my shit. You assaulted me on camera. On camera. On camera. You assaulted me on camera.
Your trucks.
On fucking camera, you did. On camera, you did. On camera, you did. On fucking camera, you did.
I'll put you in jail. That'll be
No, I'll put your girl in jail. She touched my shit. This is an extension of my body. You can't touch my fucking camera.
You put it in the
Lost
face.
your
You
motherfucker.
put it
I
in
can
the
put it
face.
anywhere I goddamn want.
You put it in my face, I'm gonna break it.
Break something. It's mutual combat, homie. Break something, bud. You can break something all you motherfucking want, homie. That's called prior restraint.
Get out of my lot.
You can fuck off, little piece of shit.
And I fucked your mama, bitch.
But you can't beat nothing. Mutual combat, homie. Beat something. Whoop something.
Okay.
Whoop fucking something.
He approached her while she was setting up.
You had to ask her why the hell your signs ain't legal.
Get this camera out of my face.
Nope. Do something about it then, punk.
I'm fixing to
Do
break
something.
them.
Do something about it then. Touch him. Touch him. That's assault. Touch him. That's assault.
They're on their way. He approached her while she was.
She assaulted me, and
Would you
you talking
shut your
about
fat
you
ass
shut the
fucking
fuck
mouth,
up,
you
bitch. What's your
stupid
name?
fuck?
You little
Fuck
bitch.
out of
Shut the
my
fuck
face.
up, you little bitch, cunt. You little cunt, bitch.
give a shit about my
Fuck
kid.
you. Well, you can get the cake. You say stuff and you drive this away. It is a private property. They can still tell you to leave, but this little bitch ain't gonna do shit. What the fuck is your name, bitch?
Jessica, motherfucker.
All right, Jessica. You little fucking country podunk
Get out of
bitch.
this lot, dude.
He approached her.
Well, yeah, she committed assault. Where's the
out of this
keys
lot.
at?
Must have got booted.
Bring them up.
Get out of the lot.
Bring the motherfucking keys. God dang.
Oh, he must be illegal. Maybe we should boot him.
Hey, go get his license plate number.
You can fuck the fuck off.
He approached her doing shit to her. I walked
Tell your mom, you do that. Your mom comes here.
I'll get it too. Gerald, I got 2 of them on me.
I won't touch you, you don't touch me.
I'm taking pictures of shit.
You can take a picture of anything you want. That's fucking right. It's your right to do. Hold on, whoa. What you doing, bud?
Get your phone out of my face.
What you doing, bud?
Crackhead.
You a motherfucking crackhead, you little meth head bitch.
Just go to the
Go, start it up. Come on, let's go.
He said they're on their way.
Come on.
Yeah, he said.
Did you pack it up?
Please.
Get in that motherfucker. They can't put shit on something that's occupied either.
I heard him. I heard him.
Dude, your life is hurt, bro.
Not again. Picture all the crackheads.
Okay, ain't no crack. Ain't nobody doing no drugs but you, bitch. Nobody doing no fucking drugs around here. You fucking bitch. Get the fuck out of here. What's your temporary ass tag? What fucking state you from, you piece of shit? 217-93464-052 of 2025. We got 2017 Ford. 217-93464. Get the fucking court. We had to hurry.
Come on, please.
Like, yeah, you gotta move. Stop talking and you do your thing. And don't worry about them. We have to hurry.
I'm doing it.
This is still private property.
I know, and I'm doing it. I'm not just slacking.
Then get in the truck and let's go. I got it. Yeah, I'm gonna show the fucking police and you'll go to jail. You touched my fucking camera, it's an extension of my body. That's called base.
This woman.
No, she ran into me.
No.
Ran the fuck into me. I got it on camera. It was you, not her.
Who the fuck
It was you, not her.
It was me.
You ran into her.
Well, y'all gonna go to jail.
I'm gonna sue the fuck out of your company, you piece of shit. You fucking kidding me?
So is your mom.
I fucked your mom, you little old bitch. But you can't do nothing. It's mutual combat. All you gotta do is say yay.
What the fuck is mutual
That means
combat?
I agree to fight you. You agree to fight me? Well, the cops watch it. Well, I beat you fucking, I beat the socks off your
I
little
don't
ass.
think I've ever had
I'll
my
beat the
socks
socks off you, boy. I'll beat the motherfucking socks off your ass. Now get in the truck. Get in the fucking truck. It's private property. If you want us to leave and you're authorized, we will. If you authorize, we will leave because it's private property, but you ain't gonna fucking, it's not law. It ain't law. You fucking insulted me and you ain't following the fucking laws. You're pieces of fucking shit.
When the law gets here.
I'm gonna find out from that lot where it's not your fucking lot.
You're not gonna be.
What, do you wanna fight? Do you wanna fight? Do you wanna fight?
I want
Texas or Washington, homie? This is a mutual combat state.
What the fuck is mutual?
It means I can agree to fight you, you can agree to fight me. I'll put this camera down and I'll knock the socks off your ass.
Put the camera down, you're scared.
I'll knock the socks off your motherfucking ass.Ut on YouTube afterwards.
Do it.
Is he agreeing? Is he agreeing?
Do it.
Are you agreeing? If you're agreeing.
No, he must be illegal.
No. Say cameras rolling.
All of them illegal.
Cameras rolling. I can tell you, sir. I'm gonna record it. We are leaving, but I'll tell you right now what I walked up to him for.
Let me talk to them, or I'll come talk to you, okay?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna record what they're saying to you.
No, you're gonna stand over there.
Then you have to create your own privacy.
You're gonna stand over there.
Is that by law? You are telling me that by law?
Yes, I'm telling
I will follow your unlawful command. You are Newman,
Yes.
badge number.
625.
Thank you. Am I detained? Is anybody here detained?
Go stand over there.
Are we detained?
I don't know yet. I'm trying to figure out.
So we're not
when
detained.
we
Thank
talk.
you. Goodbye. We're not detained. Come on, Michelle. Let's go.
What's going on?
What? I don't know what's going on. Are we detained or not? I am. Are we detained or not? Are you gonna record this or what?
We are. We are recording.
You record it good. Yes, sir. I'm gonna record it though. I got it. Record it. Come on. Audio and everything. Audio and everything. No, we're not gonna be no problem for you, bud. Oh, the dog's even nice.
I got you. Can we talk?
Are you detaining me? Because I want to see his witnesses.
Okay, you have 2 cameras rotated.
I want witnesses. Look, Newman.
Okay, so what happened?
I'm an auditor.
Okay.
I audit towing companies.
Okay.
They violate laws all the time. In this particular lot, I was going around and doing my audit.
Okay.
Their signs are under 5 foot tall. They're at 32 to 34 inches. That's not following Texas law. On top of that, their lettering for their company is a half an inch. It's supposed to be 1 inch. All right, I'm recording this data. I see them there. Officer Cage comes and tells me that they exist. We didn't even know this company existed.
This is private property.
It is. Oh yeah, it's Walmart's property. 100%. Absolutely. Now the law in Texas. How you doing? Hold on. Newman, and you are?
Kennedy.
Kennedy, and your badge, Kennedy?
593.
Thank you so much. I'm Andrew. I'm a little excited, but I'm not high. I'm a hostile or nothing.
No, you're good. You're good.
I was sleeping. I got woke up. Well, I wasn't. You were maybe. So what I do is we audit. Obviously, we audit towing companies in the way they work and how police treat homeless people around the country and things like that. We were headed back to our ranch, which is a 56-acre ranch in Arizona. Yeah, cool. So got through Louisiana. We heard a storm was coming. We told it to stop. We stopped at the Walmart. That's what a lot of people do, like these trucks did, just like the RVs over there did. And I always look at towing laws because I'm a data analyst. I go look at these signs down here. They're under 5 foot from the ground. It's supposed to be 5 to 8 foot from the ground. The bottom of the sign is going to be at least 5 foot and under 8 foot from the ground. The lettering for the company that they're towing has to be at least 1 inch. They're ½ inch down here. This Citywide company is. They're ½ inch. They're not on permanent poles. They have to be on permanent posts. They also have to say what is allowed to park somewhere, not just what can't park, but what is allowed to park. Okay. These are all in the Texas code. Okay. For them, it's a criminal offense to tow without doing these proper things. Okay. It's a civil matter when they are towing. So I see them. Yeah, you can't either unless somebody's break down. I know. I just read the laws.
If you're on my private property, I can do your truck.
Yeah, if you're following the laws. Walmart's not booting my truck. This is Citywide.
Can you give me 1 second? Let me go talk to him just real fast.
Sure, but we are leaving, but they're violating the law.
But, so did you, at any point did you get her face? Or
No, she ran her belly into mine while I'm standing right here with the camera. No, she just walked her belly into mine, and I went like this. But I was camera recording them, and they act like criminals. They're criminals. That's why they didn't follow law here, and that's why they'll do that. Then she grabbed this and pulled this away, which is a simple assault. You can't grab my camera. You cannot grab my camera. It's an extension of my body. It's an extension of my body by Texas law. It's a simple assault, simple battery. I'm not pressing charges on her. I mean, I will if she wants to play that game, but I didn't assault her. She assaulted me by law.
You have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, Homeless Audit. It's Homeless Audit channel. Audit Archives. Before that, it was Broke Down Caravan. So we've had many. I work very closely with other auditors like Honor Your Oath, Long Island Audit. I mean, to me and Sean don't talk no more because Sean started the Attorney Shield, and the Attorney Shield didn't work for me. But yes, I've been auditing for a very long time. I was a data analyst for the DOD before then. They're committing crimes.
Are you prior military?
I was USMC, but I did leave on a medical discharge, so I will not claim I was a DOD contractor after that. Yeah. So, but they are not following the laws, and we
okay, hear me out though.
Yeah.
Private property.
No, but we're patron.
No, let me talk.
Patron parking only.
It's private
Public
property,
access.
but they are
With
closed.
public access.
Still private property.
With public access, implied public
It's
access.
a public place, but
Yes.
it's private property.
With public access.
You're forgetting the important part.
Public
So
access.
it's a public place.
Implied public
Private
access.
property, but it's a public place.
Public
I'll
access.
agree with you on that.
With public
They're
access.
closed right now.
It doesn't matter. We are
So they
patron,
aren't
and
patroning anybody.
they're.
Where are these signs at?
I'll show you the signs, but the problem is they're not following law on any of this. I will follow you unlawful if you are. Am I detained? We're not detained. Come on, Michelle, let's go.
Look at piece of shit.
Sit. What? I don't know what's going on. Are we detained or not? I am. Are we detained or not?
Police!
Are you gonna record this or what?
We are. We are recording it.
Record it good. Record it. Come on.
I am recording it, damn it.
Audio and everything. No, we're not gonna be no problem for you, bud. Oh, the dogs are nice. I got you. Are you detaining me? Because I want to see his witnesses.
Okay, you have 2 cameras on this.
I want witnesses. Look, Newman.
Okay, so what happened?
I'm an auditor.
Okay.
I audit towing companies. They violate laws all the time. In this particular lot, I was going around and doing my audit. their signs are under 5 foot tall. They're 32 to 34 inches. That's not following Texas law. On top of that, their lettering for their company is a half an inch. It's supposed to be 1 inch. All right, I'm recording this data. I see them there. Officer Cage comes and tells me that they exist. We didn't even know this company existed.
This is private property.
It is. Oh yes, Walmart's property. You 100%. Absolutely. Now the law in Texas. How you doing? What are you? Newman, and you are? Kennedy. Kennedy, and your badge is Kennedy? 593. Thank you so much. I'm Andrew. I'm a little excited, but I'm not high. I'm a hospital.
You were sleeping.
I was sleeping. I woke up. Well, I wasn't. You were maybe. So what I do is we audit. Obviously, we audit towing companies in the way they work and how police treat homeless people around the country and things like that. We were headed back to our ranch, which is a 56-acre ranch in Arizona. 56 acres? Yeah. Ooh. So got through Louisiana. We heard a storm was coming. We told it to stop. We stopped at the Walmart. That's what a lot of people do. Just like these trucks did. Just like the RVs over there did.
Fucking low life.
And I always look at towing laws because I'm a that analyst. Go look
got
at
low
signs
lives
down
like
here.
this out here.
They're under 5 foot from the ground. It's supposed to be 5 to 8 foot from the ground. The bottom of the sign's going to be at least 5 foot and under 8 foot from the ground. The lettering for the company that they're towing has to be at least 1 inch or half inch down here. This Citywide company is. They're a half inch. They're not on permanent
These are
poles.
laws.
They'll be on permanent posts. They also have to say what is allowed to post on park somewhere. Not just what can't park, but what is allowed to park. Okay. These are all in the Texas code. Okay. For them, it's a criminal offense to tow.
What they're doing is
doing
criminal
fire.
here. Like actually criminal. What they're doing. Yeah, but they.
So I see them. I see them. Yeah, you can't either unless somebody's breaking down. I know. I just read the laws.
If you're on my private property, I can do your truck.
Yeah, if you're following the laws. Walmart's not doing my truck. This is Citywide.
Yeah, the Belmont's not doing it. If you're breaking the law.
But they're violating the law.
But, so did you, at any point, did you get in her face? Or
No, she ran her belly into mine while I'm standing right here at the camera.
That's what
Yeah.
we're trying to figure out.
She
Yeah,
just
they're
walked her belly
criminals.
into
They
mine.
act like criminals.
And I
So
went
they're
like
gonna
this.
act like criminals.
But I was camera
criminals
reporting
do.
them, and they act like criminals. They're criminals. That's
mean,
why
that's
they
what
follow
they're
law
gonna
here,
do.
and that's why they'll do that. Then
they
she
think
grabbed
they're
this
above the
and
law.
pulled this away, which is a simple assault. You can't grab my camera.
I feel like a
It's
good-
an extension of my body. It's an extension of my body by Texas law. It's a simple assault, simple battery. I'm not pressing charges on her. I mean, I will if she wants to play that game, but I didn't assault her. She assaulted me by law.
You have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, Homicide's channel, Audit Archives. Before that, it was Broke Down Caravan. So we've had many. I work very closely with other auditors like Honor Your Oath, Long Island Audit. I mean, me and Sean don't talk no more because Sean started the Attorney Shield, and the Attorney Shield didn't work for me. But yes, I've been auditing for a very long time. I was a data analyst with the DoD before then. They're committing crimes.
Are you prior military?
I was USMC, but I did leave on a medical discharge, so I will not claim I was a DoD contractor after that.
I was just asking stuff.
Yeah. So, but they are not following the laws, and we.
But okay, hear me out though. It's private property. So
No, but we're patron.
No, let me talk.
Patrons parking only.
But it's okay. It's
With
private
public
property,
access.
But they are
With
closed.
public
Public
access.
It's still private property.
With
public access.
Implied public access.
It's a public place, but it's
Yes.
private
With
property.
public
With
access.
public access.
You keep forgetting the important part with
Public
public
access.
It's a public place.
Super implied
It's
public
private
access.
property, but it's a public place.
Public
Okay,
access.
I'll
With
agree with
public-
you on that.
With public
But
access.
they're closed right now.
It doesn't matter. We are
So they
patron,
aren't
and
patroning anybody.
they're.
Where are these signs at?
I'll show you the signs, but the problem is they're not following law on any of the signs, and I can't stop recording. What we can do is show. I actually just did all the walk around. I just did all mine. You see
And
I
by the
go,
way,
right?
if we wake up and we're moving out,
Yeah, we're leaving
problem
now.
fucking
Because
solved.
it is private property.
Why are they making a big
if
deal?
Walmart
I mean,
asked us to leave, we'd
they
leave.
want money from
If
us?
y'all had an authorized letter of authorization and asked us to leave, we'd leave. They are private. I can't graduate.
So for Texas, assault is physical pain or physical violation. Neither of those.
Grab my camera in Texas. That's all. There's about 30 auditors.
At max, it's assault.
Yes, it's all my contact. Simple assault. Yeah, it's an extension of my body. It's what the law says.
I think I already know the answer.
If you think I'm doing a crime, I just have.
It was worth a shot, man.
But if you think that I've like done something wrong, I'm happy.
But that's why I'm asking. They would say you got.
I have no warrants. I have nothing like that. We had just talked to Cage. So this is how it's went down. Cage came by and stopped here today. Yes, tell me. And he said that I just want to let y'all know that his company like Citywide loose his car. Yeah, and I said loose without a warrant, without a private property. But I said I guarantee in Texas, Brick County legislative authority, how they have to do it. So let me look that up. So
I don't know the total.
He spent the next 3 hours reading and educating himself.
Yes, I want to make sure that I was right, and then go to make sure that their signs follow protocol, so they're doing the lawful thing. And they're not. And there's not a single sign in this property that is lawful, that's done according to Texas law.
If y'all want some low-hanging fruit, why don't you enforce that law?
Enforce that law, man. That's a law.
It's a law.
It's a law.
So low-hanging fruit, enforce it, and get that money.
I don't go for low.
Sure. Yeah, right.
I appreciate it. You're all for it. But not feelings enforcing. Blake, grab me in. Oh, keep it going.
Oh, I am.
You got it going?
Yeah, I'm still going.
Oh, but you told me what neutral combat state? You didn't know what neutral combat state means?
Oh, you pretended like you didn't know.
It's true.
So I'm
a professional.
Yeah, I'm a professional too. I'm a professional fireman. I mean, unless you expect it's crime. They ran into me on camera. I'm not gonna press charges. I'm not a little pussy. I'm not gonna press charges on a little bitch for running into me. I'm not gonna do it.
Well, so I'm just letting you know that y'all are doing trespass here, okay? That's it.
I'm gonna come back. We're gonna live in Arizona, bro.
Okay, well, I just let you know, okay?
You're passing through, man.
Well, y'all are good to go.
All right, no, hold on. So I report you twice.
Have you looked where the best place is for you to pull in quickly? Yes. You should have been looking that up like the whole time. It's like quick. I'm just saying the quickest place for you to fly to. Side street.
Just like you know.
With what?
I'm going to see your stuff with my information and everything on it.
Matter of fact, you should change people on passwords from 066. I doubt it. You're FTO?
Yeah, man.
Oh, so hey, man, you're FTO and you don't know what simple battery is? Come on, man. It is an extension of my body.
All right, boss. Here's what I'm gonna tell you. You've got 2 seconds to get off my property.
This ain't your property.
I'm asking you to leave my property.
Stop right here. You stop. Are you fucking out? Yeah, that's what I asked for. Put a TD investigation, you fucking prick. I know. What do you do for work? I'm a DOD contractor, and I'm an audit. I'm an auditor. So you make full-time audit. That's what I do. An audit. This is exactly the scenario. And guess what? Y'all not only fail, but if I wanted, you can go to jail.
My job is to weld this thing together.
Yeah, that would be good.
Keep it running, boss.
Get the fuck out of here, piece of shit. Hey, thank y'all for being professional. Y'all get a different job. Smoking this fucking bag like a 20-year-old.
Murphy's is a different property.
What is?
Murphy's?
Oh, yeah, but is that gonna fly?
Officer, while you're
Is that
here,
gonna fly,
where's-
though?
Hold on. Double contract. Murphy's in property. Got it. Murphy's. What? Well, where's their contract? What I asked you, where's their contract for? Okay, and all that too?
My phone is at 1%. Are you still recording? I don't have, my phone's not going. I got that, thank you.
Ow.
Hold clutch, turn it over, you pull right down to Dollar Tree's parking lot.
Where's Dollar Tree?
Right to the right. Or you just go over to the left-hand side and you got right away.
Well, I can't get to the left because they're that way. So I need to go that way.
Yeah, you pull the clutch in, turn it over. Hold the clutch in, turn it over. Wait for it to start, hold the clutch in after this goes off. Push the clutch in and turn it over.
What is that?
Alright, turn to the right.
Okay.
Right, push the clutch in.
Okay, clutch is in.
Alright, you let out and give some gas and go that way. Pull the brake. Alright, go that way.
Oh, and Michelle, you just look like a fucking straight badass in front of that guy. After all that, Babs just gets in the passenger seat. His wife drives a big ass truck away. Like, god damn.
I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see very well.
His wife ahead could probably be right across the street. Nice. He just realized that Babs' wife could probably beat his ass.
Can I go straight?
Yeah, but you stop. You let off the brake. Just let it right. You go to the limit, you stop it. And you can go again. So then you go. Go fast. Like, go across the street.
Yeah, because you don't have brake lights anyway.
Go across the street. Go to the right.
Why?
I'm working on it.
Go to the right.
Nice, Michelle. Fucking amazing.
They approached us.
One more time and you're a professional, Michelle.
Okay.
CDL and everything.
Dude didn't know it was mutual combat. He thought we were lying.
No, he laughed like
Push the
that.
clutch in. No, you put the clutch in to not gear. All right, now you hit brake. You're good. You left the clutch. Don't be pushing on the clutch. All right, let off the clutch.
I'm off the clutch.
Okay. Now you on the brake?
Yeah.
With the extension, the emergency brake on.
No, he laughed like that.
Headlights off?
As a
Turn your headlights off?
As a defensive mechanism.
Whoa, you're going backwards. You're going backwards. Okay.
You gotta record both?
Cut me off Cage. I told you I was gonna happen tonight. He's like, Cage. Yes, sir. Hey, man.
How you doing, man?
As you said, there's a company called Citywide. They came. So I decided to start doing investigation. You get a lot closer to me here.
Oh, sorry.
As I told you, I was a data analyst. So the first thing we did was look up the Texas laws on, and then explain to you how those laws about how they have to be legislated, how the signs have to be displayed, what they have to be made out of, things like that. And yes, Texas has a very long thing about what laws they have to follow. It also has criminal aspects of when they don't follow those things. So the signs have to be at least 5 foot from the ground and be under 8 foot. So the bottom of the sign has to be at least 5 inches from the ground level, and it can't be over 8 foot. Citywide signs, none of them are 5 foot from the ground. Secondly, they have to be on a permanent post. Permanent post, by definition, is concrete in. There's a lot of other things in there that permanent post means. Obviously, those are on T-stakes. T-stakes are not permanent. I actually wiggled it to see if there's concrete. No concrete. So they're not following that. Another one is they have to have 1-inch letters where their company is, where the phone number where you call to get your boot taken off or you're towing, you go, it has to be 1-inch letters. Those are 1/2-inch letters. So they're not meeting font size. They have to be made out of weatherproof sign materials, so that way you can see them no matter what the weather happens to be, whether it be wind conditions, rain conditions, hail conditions, things like that, you'll be able to see them. As you see, these are made of corrugated plastic, so they fold in. You can't read them in the creases. They're not legible. They have to be within 25 foot of the entrance. So these signs on all entrances are about 50 foot or into the ingress. That led me, and I've seen this. I told you that we've caught rogue companies before in Florida. I was like, well, are there any signs here that are following the law? And there are. The Cutter ones, and you mentioned Cutter. So I ended up calling Walmart, and I wanted to find out. They don't know yet, but I want you to call back about who they have a contract with. My anticipation,
And so I don't know yet, but my anticipation is they're going to say it's Cutter. Anticipation is going to say they have a contract with Cutter, and Citywide is doing something
criminal, maybe?
Maybe. Well, they're definitely doing some criminal because I just named 5 different things that are literally criminal according to Texas law.
Yeah.
So, I'm walking back. We were getting ready to pull out because it was getting late now, and I wanted to get somewhere that didn't have signs, and I'd done all my investigation. I had all the data I needed. I had did the legislation, all I just explained to you.
Yeah.
I see this lady in her vest, and she's putting a boot on one of the trucks. Now, I know you can't put a boot on an occupied vehicle. That's also against the legislation. It's got to be unoccupied. So, so I said, hey, lady, you with Citywide? She said, yes. I said, y'all know your signs ain't 5 foot off the ground. And she says, who are you? Why are you walking up on me? To ask you some questions. Like, I'm not the one to ask. I'm like, who is? You're not the one to ask. And then now the other lady, she's just on the radio, she's like, that guy walked up on me. Can you get him away from me? And I'm like, look, I'm just asking you questions. The other lady, Jennifer is her name.
Yeah.
Or she claimed to be Jennifer. Everybody said she was telling me. Anyway, she comes over and she starts cussing. You get the fuck away from us. I'm just verbatim. And I was like, who the fuck are you talking to me like that? So now I start cussing. Now, you know what I mean? Like, I meet energy. You see how I treat you with respect? You treat me with respect? I meet energy. Treat me with disrespect, you're going to get the exact same thing in return. So that's what I gave her, exact same thing. You bitch, I ain't doing shit. I took the report. You guys are violating the law. This is a civil issue, and you ain't got to put shit on my truck because I know the law. So then she says, well, call the cops. I said, don't worry about it. We already have. So Newman and his partner, I don't know. There's 2 younger guys. They're both nice. I don't know. The sergeant knows which ones they are. Okay. Newman and it's in his late 20s, maybe mid-20s, brown hair. He had another cool last name, like Newman. I don't remember it, but anyways, they show up, and both professional, and so at this point in time, the guy who was with the 2 girls from Citywide, I guess he owns the company, maybe, because he's all on my signs. He starts getting real buck. I said, you know, it's a mutual combat state, just like I told you. I'm like, look, if you gonna get buck with me, I'll put the camera down. All you gotta do is say you'd like to fight me, and we can fight. I will knock your socks off, bud. I was like, so I'm like, that's all you gotta do is just agree to it. That's it right here. The cop can watch and everything, referee it, all that stuff. And he kept on, what's mutual combat? I was like, so I told Newman, I'm like, you want to explain to him what mutual combat is? Since he was going to be froggy. And you know, obviously they want to de-escalate the situation, for sure. And they should. So he says, all right, so y'all done here? You know, I just want to tell you trespass. I said, well, I didn't commit a crime. So he says, well, we have a letter of authorization. I was like, yeah, if I commit a crime. Like, I've read thousands of these letters you're talking about. I know exactly the language, almost verbatim. They're changed a little bit depending on what county and state you're in, but they're damn near verbatim across the entire country. So I'm like, I know that it requires the commission of a crime in order to trespass somebody, and you usually arrest them first because they're committing a crime, or cite them, and then you trespass them. But you're just doing that because you have a letter of authorization. Like, it's misuse. So then I said, okay, I told Michelle, like, just pull over to Murphy's. It's a whole different lot according to GIS. It's owned by an entire different company. And it is. Murphy's USA just has a contract with Walmart. They're not the exact same company. They're 2 different companies. They work cooperatively, but they're different companies. So we go to pull over to Murphy's, and he says, no, we have a letter for this entire parking lot. Murphy's, all this. Now, yeah, but I haven't been on that property. Trespass don't work that way. Trespass works when I go on the property, then an authorized agent can kick me off the property, but you can't just preemptively trespass somebody from everywhere you have a letter of authorization from. But he said, I'll just arrest you. I'm like, well, that's color of law, sir. I'm leaving. You know, it's color of law. You just violated my rights on camera. I'm leaving. You gave me what I wanted. Said, but I did report to you an assault, because when the Jennifer girl walks up, I'm not going to do it to you, obviously, because I don't want you to do your job. But she walks up and belly bumps me, trying to get to my truck to put a boot on it.
It's on camera.
On camera.
See, she was trying to put a boot on you.
Well, she had a boot in her hand. I don't know what she was really trying to. Her partner had a boot in her hand. She was just walking up trying to, like, I'm standing right by my truck, and I'm like, it's occupied by my 2 kids, my wife. You can't boot my truck. That's against the law. And now, if it's mutual combat, you got to come through me to even put it on my truck. It's a civil matter. And so she belly bumps me trying to get, and I was like, listen. And then she said, don't touch me. I'm like, no, you walked into me on camera. No, I didn't. That's why I carry a camera. That's why I have a body cam. That's why people are filming here. So you can't do that. So Then she grabs mine. Now I have a chest strap for my body, for my GoPro. You saw, okay. So I didn't have it on. I was just holding the body cam. So she grabs the chest strap and she tried to pull it out of my hand. I said, "Man, that's assault." But that's not assault. I'm like, "It is. It's an extension of my body. It's in my hand. If you grab it and try, like if you grab my shirt, pull my shirt, it's assault. You don't have to grab my skin and pinch me."
You got that on video, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Mind if I watch it?
Oh yeah, you got it.
I feel it. I was sleeping at 11 o'clock. I went to bed at 11 o'clock. I'm still awake now because of all this. I'm not going to leave him up by himself to deal with it, you know?
That's the legislation. So the one with her was a body cam, so it's going to be Longview Easter Sunday, 2025. It's going to be below the sign. Looking at right. How's you? Okay. You're on duty right now to talk to you. I'll call, yeah. Oh yeah, so that's after, because they already. Oh yeah, you. Oh no, I know. Go ahead. Sure. So you see them. I'm walking away from it. And that's, the audio's not synced. My audio's not synced yet. He's like threatening me. I want that kill threatening him. You pause this and sync the audio up again.
Or not synced up.
Yeah, it's not synced up.
There you go. Let's see what the play again.
I'm supposed to run back. Yeah, don't get right back to you. Because the assault happened, you saw the one with your belly button. Right? So that's all synced up.
This is when you got walk over here.
Yeah, this is where she belly button is. And she went and bumping me. I'm bumping to her. She literally, she got bending me and bumping. Now she's grabbing my shit.
So I can see if she might try to suppress it.
I have that she drives my street. The mechanic pulled around, she got in the hand.
Okay, yeah.
That's why she's gonna be online. She was grabbing the strap trying to pull out my hand. The rest of it is gonna be, and I'm gonna send it over to Sark too.
Okay.
I'm gonna send all this over to Sark.
Yeah, she asked for it.
Yeah, she asked for it.
So she provided y'all her.
Yeah. Nancy Williams in Williams at yes, I got that. Yeah. So yeah, that's the assault I'm talking about. So nothing else is really criminal other than that. And that's what I was telling her. Like, you're committing criminal offenses. Well, you know, your signs are criminal. That's all towing law. Somebody might just turn a blind eye to that. You know what I mean? Like, unless they sue. You know, the cops are not necessarily going to enforce towing law signs unless there's like someone saying you're Grand Theft Auto, someone making some kind of claim that would require you to look at the legislation of the towing. I wouldn't expect you to just be reading legislation like I am. I mean, I'm a data analyst looking for a specific thing. Then it affects my life and it affects yours. But
affects all of our lives.
What bothered me more than anything was when Newman, I tell him what happens here. And I say, you know, she belly bumps me and then grabs my camera trying to pull it out of my hands as assault. And he says, well, we don't have a battery in Texas. I'm like, it's semantics. It's all a battery, simple assault, whatever you want to call it. Forcible assault, unwanted contact. I don't give a shit what words you use. You can't fucking do it. So you're not allowed to do that to people. If I did that to I anyone else, I could go to jail for that. And I know that, so I wouldn't do it. So, and then so Newman says he just doesn't really want to take a report. And I'm like, you know, and finally then when it trespasses me, like, before you take a report, this is how I interpret it. I interpreted that you used the trespass to get me to leave to avoid doing the investigation on the criminal activity because maybe he's, I'm not going to say side, maybe he has a, you know, there's a towing company. I get you how it works with towing company. I understand how it works. Some towing companies even provide like vinyls for cop cars and lights and shit. I understand how it works. I don't know about yours, but some of them do. But I don't know if he thought we were drug addicts. I mean,
he said multiple times. They said, "Damn crackheads!" Like,
but that
really?
wasn't a cop, though.
No, that wasn't a cop. No, he would not. No,
would never.
No, the cops would never say that. No, it was them. But yeah, I'm like, really? That's how we seem to you?
I told the Sarge, I'm like, you violated several rights. I mean, it's equal protection in the law. Like, if somebody commits a crime against me, I have a right to report it, just like anybody else. If I have a lawful right to be somewhere, and someone tries to restrict me from it, that's prior restraint. These are all laws. You're not allowed. You're not just. This guy, when you tell me I can't go to a property I've never been to, it's prior restraint. You can't use prior restraint. It's trespassing in the fucking law. It's got legislation, elements involved. And what was so sad to me was how uneducated. Like, this is their job. They're TCOL certified. It's gonna be so embarrassing to see.
So, okay, so you guys had a co-contract with the Walmart on Estes, but you started seeing the signs for the Citywide put up in front of you guys, but you didn't know what it was, and you called the manager, and what did she say?
We never got to talk to her.
Okay, but so you're...
About the week that we called, she had a death in the family, and they were supposed to call us back, and they never did. So we have no explanation from any of them. We've even... you know, send a message up there again to them afterwards, telling them, hey, we need to know what's going on because we have the tow contract.
Right. It does seem a little strange. I thought that you guys were maybe working cooperatively with Citywide, but it sounds like you have no cooperation with that company at all.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will tell you that every one of their signs
Yes, sir, we do not.
And I appreciate that because every one of their signs is legitimate, and what they look like, it looks like they're going around just sticking T-posts wherever they want to and booting cars. They're not towing any cars. They're just throwing boots on cars and charging people $50 while it's occupied. They're really not following any Texas laws. They're just... So that's why I called you guys, because I said, you know, this Cutters looks like a legitimate business doing legitimate business according to law, and yeah, I just wanted to get your statement, your not statement, but your information on how you guys were related to Citywide. It just sounds like you're not related in any way, shape, or form.
That is correct, because like I said, we have the tow contract. It is on paper. It is in our file. It is in our system. And we got our signs put up, so we don't know what this citywide ordinance is, we have actually went up there one time to take a sign down because they put it right up in front of ours, and when my driver was there, one of the citywide ordinance said, you can't touch that, that's my sign. And we're like, well, I mean, we have the tow contract. And that's when we tried to call the manager to talk to them and ask them what was the deal, because we had the tow contract. We've had it, I think, since like 22 or 23.
Okay.
And we don't know who the citywide owns. We don't do nothing with them.
And I appreciate that. Yeah. So yeah, one of their workers assaulted me last night while I was taking down the information on the signs to show how I was all in violation of the legislation. I was doing my job, and one of them named Jessica came up and assaulted me, and I had to like press charges on her with the police department, and it was a big ordeal. So yeah, I appreciate the talking to you and understanding more that you guys, again, I saw like I said, you know this already. Your signs are perfectly legitimate, though, according to Texas law. And I assume you run a very legitimate. Yeah, I assume you run a legitimate operation, and I appreciate your work. So.
Yes, sir, because we are registered through TDLR on everything, and when we tow out of Walmart, we don't know what Citywide's are doing, but Walmart will call us and tell us, hey, we got a vehicle here that's been here for weeks. We don't know who it belongs to. Come get it. I mean, we go by what the contract says.
That makes a lot of sense. It really does. I mean, yeah, I'm very impressed with your professionalism and following the legislation. How long y'all has been in business?
Cutter's been in business 16, 17, 18 years.
Oh, yeah. So Joe Santiago, the guy who bought Citywide, he just bought it. He was out of Austin, Texas, and he bought it not too long ago. And he's already had a bunch of TDLR violations. And, you guys have definitely been are definitely more legitimate. And, I thank you for your time. I don't want to keep you on Easter Sunday. I hope you have a beautiful holiday.
Yes, sir, you do the same, and I'm sorry you was assaulted last night because that was uncalled for.
I appreciate that. What was your name, bud? My name is Andrew, by the way. What was your name? Or do you not?
Sabrina.
Okay, Sabrina. Thank you so much for your well wishes, and again, happy Easter, and God bless you there at Cutters, and then again, you have a great day now.
Yes, sir, same to you.
All right.
Absolutely everything.